Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, welcome to another exciting market open. And today is Friday. Happy Friday. What is going to happen today? We had such an exciting week. Are we going to get more excitement today? Let's take a look. What is Bitcoin going to do today? What is Microstrategy going to do today? Is it a gift-giving day? Well, let's talk about it. And what about the alts? Some of our favorite alts, are they continuing to rally? Let's talk about Bitcoin's most bullish phase and how it's beginning as well. All right, let's do it. Welcome, guys. We're starting out a day not at $100,000. Surprisingly, we're starting out a day a little bit lower than the day before at 97,500. But you know what, guys? The day is young. And I've been saying this ever since we crossed $90,000. Any dip is a gift at this point. I mean, my God, we have been going up and up and up and up and up, and there is no relief at all. None whatsoever. And I've been sharing with you guys, you know, like my last Sunday walk video, which seemed like it was so long ago, but it was only 5 days ago. I was talking about us breaking 90,000, and we were not. We were like, I have to go rewatch it. I don't think we were anywhere close. And then we shot up, and we have been doing this. I mean, just like onslaught of going up and up and up and up. And now we've gotten used to going up 1,000 points every single day. Man, it's been crazy. But you know, my new model is any dip is a gift at this point. From here on out, all the way to December and going forward, I really see it that way, and I hope you guys see it that way, because Bitcoin and crypto and even MicroStrategy is only going to get more expensive from here on out, especially after we cross this point right here, guys. That is going to be the magical threshold. I truly believe after 100,000, you know, this is undiscovered space, okay? And there's something psychologically, there's something special about crossing 6 digits. Just like when we broke 5 digits when Bitcoin was below 10,000, and after we crossed 10,000, it was like something special about it. Same thing with 6 digits. It's going to be a magical thing. I think it's going to get wild. So, I mean, enjoy it while it lasts. We have come up so fast, and we were so close. Last night, when I was streaming with over 10,000 of you guys, we were at 99.4, and we were $600 away from $100,000. Hey, and the day is young, and we can still get there today. But let's see, the US market is looking green. MicroStrategy is up 4%. Yesterday was a big gift for all you guys that wanted to jump in, because MicroStrategy was going up even more than Bitcoin. 10%, 12%, 12%, 10%. It was heading to $600 yesterday. It opened at like 530 or something, right? But it had a big retracement because there was one hedge fund that decided to place a short. Got a lot of people scared. It went down like 18%. A huge gift. A huge buying opportunity, right? It needed to come down. It was overbought. And even if it goes in red today, again, in my opinion, any red for MicroStrategy or Bitcoin going forward, big gifts, because we know what's coming in 2025. The FOMO train is not going to stop, okay? Because the supply shock is going to keep on increasing, and we're going to see more institutions, more countries adopting, and that is guaranteed. We can see it, we can measure it, and there's only so much to go around, okay? We have a finite supply of Bitcoin, and with everyone wanting some and more people buying, just do the math. Bitcoin is going to be insane. Prices are going to skyrocket, even more so next year. Look at yesterday, after BlackRock's numbers was tallied, we had over $1 billion of inflow into the ETF. This is one single day. $1 billion worth of Bitcoin flowing into the ETF. I mean, just do the math. If we just had $1 billion every single day, that's 365 billion. But, you know, as Bitcoin gets higher in price, that number is going to start getting bigger as well. And that's just for an ETF. And then we know that there's other derivatives now with options. I don't even know the numbers. That's going to start increasing. That's going to make these numbers increase all over. You know how we all shamed Germany, you know, last year, or was it this year? I think it was this year. Germany, the government itself had like 50,000 Bitcoin that they sold. Well, Germany's biggest insurer is making sure that they're not making the same mistake. Microstrategy recently said that, you know, they're offering 2.6 billion worth of notes because they want to buy 2.6 billion more worth of Bitcoin. Guess what? This insurer decided to buy up a quarter of the notes because they believe in MicroStrategy that much. I guess this is their Bitcoin play. That's a huge amount. So one person or one company decided to buy a quarter of what was being offered. So that's a big play on Bitcoin, right? So pretty darn bullish. Pretty darn bullish. So far this month, 40% gain on Bitcoin as the price crossed 99,000 yesterday. 40 freaking percent gain. This is why I've been saying any dip is a gift at this point. We are rallying so hard. We are in Bitcoin's most bullish phase. I would love to see some consolidation at this point. I want some more time to DCA. We are going so fast. I love to see some dips because I want some time to buy more Bitcoin. It's so hard now. But yeah, we still have a full week in November. I have no doubt in my mind that we will cross 100,000 soon. And and we still have the Santa rally to look forward to in December. If we do end up having a 40+% gain this month, and then we have another 40% plus gain in December, I mean, if we end up this month, let's just say we close at 100,000 this month, and then we have a 40% gain in December, that would make Bitcoin at $140,000 by the end of this year. Just do the math. That's insane. That's insanity. If we close this year at $140,000, how can anyone DCA at $140,000 by the end of this year? You know, this is why, like, hey, I welcome some consolidation. I welcome some dips. They are gifts if we do see them, right? But like the way the FOMO is, I don't see it coming. Look at Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab CEO says, I feel silly for not having any crypto in my portfolio. I haven't bought, and he's feeling FOMO. This is the CEO of the biggest trading platform in the US, maybe in the world, and he's going to offer spot trading on his platform. I don't know if he's bigger or Robinhood, honestly, but Schwab was the biggest, but one of the biggest. Not only is he going to offer crypto trading, he himself is going to start buying crypto, and Schwab is thinking about coming out with ETFs as well. So he's going all in now. This is what I'm saying. The FOMO train is not stopping. Every single person and company on Wall Street wants a piece. It's not going to stop. And what about states? We're talking about the U.S. coming in with the strategic reserve. Now states, Texas. I want Texas to have a strategic reserve first. Now all the states are FOMOing in and wants to buy Bitcoin and put it on its balance sheet. The FOMO train is not going to stop. We still have December, and then 2025 is going to be even crazier. That's why we are in the most bullish phase. We are going to keep going. And any gift we get, consider it a gift. People that are panicking, man, you need to do something to retrain your brain, right? Any gift, meaning any dip that we get, really think about it as a gift, a buying opportunity. Just pay attention to what I've been saying to you guys, what I'm showing you guys. It's going to be really difficult to accumulate Bitcoin, especially in 2025. After all these initiatives start kicking in, states start adding Bitcoin to their reserves, after us as a country in the US starts adding Bitcoin to its reserve, after other countries start FOMOing in because they don't want the US to dominate, like Russia and China and Japan and Korea and Brazil and Canada and everyone else in between starts adding Bitcoin to their reserve. And as everyone else on Wall Street and companies in other countries start adding Bitcoin to their reserve, and possibly tech giants like Microsoft, as soon as next month, adding Bitcoin to the reserve, the landscape is going to change forever next year. So some of these wild predictions that Bitcoin could hit $500,000, $1 million next year could possibly come true. And this notion of a super cycle where Bitcoin does not retrace anymore and keeps on going could possibly be true starting next year. So anything that happens in terms of a dip, a consolidation point from here on out, really retrain your brain to think that it is a gift. Luckily, we still have a lot of crypto, a lot of alts that have not gone parabolic yet. Some have. Carr says I made 6K in our XRP last time. Good job. Some have broken an all-time high. Solana has broken all-time highs. So some crypto have, but a lot of crypto have not broken all-time highs. So we still have an opportunity there, right? But we have seen some make tremendous moves, and I'll get to them in a little bit. But man, next year, I can't wait until next year. I'm just salivating, just thinking about next year. But man, I'm also I'm also saddened to think about what's going to happen next year. It's going to be so hard to buy. It's already so hard to buy. It's going to get even harder to buy next year. Everything that I've been saying for the last few years and even earlier this year is coming true. And it's sad in a way. It really is. Bitcoin recorded a whopping 4.5 billion net outflow from the exchanges this week. Okay, this is also the first cycle where the reserves from all the exchanges, they're going down. This is very significant. This is proven. This is fact. Okay, you can measure the Bitcoin reserves on all the exchanges. They're going down for the first time in history. All previous cycles, you see the reserves going up. Okay, the exchanges are buying from the miners. You could see that the reserves are actually going up even during the bull runs. This is the first one in Bitcoin's history where the reserves are plummeting during the bull run. And guess why? Because of all the FOMO. Because the ETFs are just like eating them up. The supply shock that I've been talking about, and people used to make fun of me like, George, if the supply shock is happening, why is the price not going up, right? Well, I said it's going to start adding up at some point, and that's what we're seeing. This is the first time in Bitcoin's history where the reserves on exchanges is going down, and it's going down really fast. The reserves of the exchanges have plummeted down to a 2018 level. And if it keeps going down, we're going to plummet to 2017 levels, soon 2016 level, 2014 levels. And if we keep plummeting, those exchanges, they're going to be out. They're going to tell the ETFs no more. We're not going to sell to you anymore. I mean, Coinbase only has 30-something billion. I mean, and that was like a few months ago when it was reported. I don't know what they have now. If just think about it, do the math. When the ETFs are buying $1 billion a day, how many days can they sell? It's simple math. So I honestly don't know. It's going to happen at some point that the exchanges run out of Bitcoin. I don't know what's going to happen when that comes. We'll see. We'll see next year. It's going to be the first time in history that happens. And it's going to be insane when it happens. Either Bitcoin's price goes skyrocket to the moon, or the ETFs actually have to shut down selling their shares. One of the two, or both happens. It's going to be absolutely insane. I don't know if people actually thought about that. Bitcoin's hash rate is also going all-time high. The miners are not stupid. They probably thought about this at some point. They're also selling OTC, but you know, they can only mine so much. They're also hoarding. Mara is following in Microstrategy's footsteps. They just raised a whole bunch of money to buy more Bitcoin. So not only are they mining Bitcoin and holding it, but they're raising money to buy more Bitcoin because that is the way. Because they can only mine so much. It's getting so difficult to mine. So they're like, hey, let's do the same thing. And I think now they're also trying to raise another $200 million to buy more Bitcoin. It's smart. You know, after the halving event, now there's only 450 being produced a day. 450. Do the math. That's nothing compared to how much the ETFs are taking in now per day. That's just the ETFs. It's just insane. Supply shock is real. The demand is real. Now people are paying attention. Just yesterday, my wife was telling me, you know, now on my social media, everything I see is about Bitcoin. It's true, right? Ask yourselves, ask your wives, ask whoever. Isn't everything on social media now about Bitcoin? Now the retail FOMO is starting to kick in. Even Kevin O'Leary, I just saw something. Kevin O'Leary, the biggest flip-flopper, he came out a video in 2013 endorsing Bitcoin. In 2017, he went on CNBC arguing with Anthony Pompliano, saying Bitcoin is a fad, saying he hates it. Now in 2024, he comes out and says Bitcoin at 100,000 is real. And he believes in it again, right? Like now you're seeing everyone all of a sudden become pro-Bitcoin again. Now the FOMO train is really hitting on all fronts. I showed you guys this. The liquidation train. We've been liquidating a whole bunch of shorts going to the upside. It does seem like there are a lot of people that still believe that we can't cross $100,000. And there are a lot of volume right up there. The sell walls at $100,000 and above, quite a lot. It's going to take a lot of volume for us to break through. Okay, but it's going to happen. So it might take, a few times. Like for us to break through 95, it only took one day, but it took like 5 or 6 tries, right? But there's been a couple psychological levels where it took us like months to break. It might take that long for 100,000, but I don't think so. Between now and December, it's going to happen. I know this is probably unpopular opinion. I would not feel bad if it took all the way until the end of the year before we crossed 100,000. Okay, I would be perfectly fine with that. I would be perfectly fine if from now to the end of the year, Bitcoin stayed where it is between the 90s and the alts gained a little momentum, and that would be perfectly fine. I would be more scared if we shattered through 100,000 and we started heading towards 140,000 by the end of the year. That would be scary, because that, first of all, means that maybe we would be setting up for a major correction earlier in 2025 because we're just going way too fast. Or two, we don't have a correction and we're just skyrocketing in 2025 to $500 or $1 million, which Bitcoiners would love, but it just makes it extremely impossible to accumulate. One of the two, right? So if it takes us another month and a half to break $100,000, so be it, right? That's fine. Let the alts gain a little bit of strength. That would be perfectly fine. But I do know there are a lot of sell walls placed at $100,000. I guess we'll see. Game is on. Let's see how long it takes for us to break through. But once we do, it's going to be glorious. It's not going to stop. We're already in the most bullish phase. We will continue to keep going and going and going. And next year, like I said, with everything that's happening, it's going to be absolutely insane with all the FOMO between states and countries and companies and institutions and retail, because now you're seeing retail starting to feel the FOMO. It's going to be absolutely insanity. So now the predictions are coming out. They're not just predicting 200,000 Bitcoin, not 300,000 Bitcoin. Predictions are now coming out $500,000 Bitcoin. Yeah, it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts. All right, now outside of Bitcoin, what about some other stuff? Well, Solana last night hit 260 something, and I mistakenly said that Solana broke its March high. Not only did it not break, it did break March high. It broke all-time high. 260 was its previous all-time high, and it went to like 265 last night. It retraced down a little bit, but this is Solana's all-time high. So that's insane that Solana already broke its all-time high, and we're not even in 2025 yet. That's how bullish it is already for Solana. And I've already called it. Solana's go flip Ethereum. I still think that's in play. And now we're getting more and more ETF filings. We got Bitwise. We got Van Eck 21 shares, Canary Capital, and soon enough, I bet you go get a filing from Fidelity and BlackRock. And as soon as you hear that, it's guaranteed that we're going to get a Solana ETF. And once Solana ETF comes out, watch. Solana's going to fly to the moon. You know it's going to happen. Institutions want it to happen. And those people that picked up Solana when it crashed to $8 after the FTX catastrophe, well, you pat yourself on the back because you're up thousands of %. And that only happened 2 years ago. Solana is absolutely insane, has gone on a bonkers rally. And now there are people that are predicting that Solana could get up to, now this is past 2025, but it could go up to 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 by 2026. Well, I'm not even that bullish, but I think by the end of 2025, it could get up to maybe 1,000, 1,500. But this is predicting by 2026, 2027, it just keeps going. This is predicting we're in a super cycle. We just keep on going. Right? But I do think by the end of 2025, 1,000, 1,500, maybe in the most bullish case, 2,000 is possible, considering that we're already at 250. So a 4x in 2025, I think that's very easy, but it could do a 5x, 6x. Yeah, especially if the ETF comes out. But not only that, Cardano is doing very well, leaps to a 2.5-year high, and I already mapped out the next level. It's like $1.18 or something. If it keeps on going, Cardano is going to do very well, especially if they have this contract with SpaceX, with the new Doge initiative, and they're going to work directly with the new administration. Cardano is looking very bright. They also have this Bitcoin OS integration where they can pull liquidity from Bitcoin as Bitcoin gets higher and higher and higher. If that comes to fruition, the DeFi landscape for Cardano could really change. This is what the Cardano guy's been waiting for, right? For this entire year, people have been waiting for Cardano to do something, and now it's doing it. And I've said this too. I've said this many times. Cardano is probably the most boringest chain out there until it isn't. In 2021, it did the same thing. It did not move at all until it did, and it skyrocketed to $3. And now it's doing the same thing. Is it going to skyrocket right up to $3 and beyond? It could. That's exactly what it did in 2021. But this time around, there's actually things to look forward to. And even their meme coin, Snack, I just checked yesterday, went up to 250 million already. It's crazy. So there's a lot of enthusiasm over that. And then also, my favorite crypto of all time, XRP. I alone have the most educational video ever created. If you search, no one else has a copy besides me. XRP is rocking up to the moon. And, they have a relationship now with Cardano, with Stellar, and they're going to do an IPO. They're going to come out the stable coin. And as soon as Gary Gensler is gone, their lawsuits are going to be over. They're going to be sitting pretty. They got mountain loads of cash. They're just going to dominate the world. So that's why they're going to go to the moon. And I've been trading them as well. I've been my most traded crypto is XRP right now because they actually have the most movement right now. But they have been doing very well. They're like at where are they at? They're at $1.40 right now. Look at it, up 26 freaking percent at $81 billion right now. I don't know about XRP being used by all the banks. Arsenal Alex, yes, I was being sarcastic. But it is doing very well. It is doing very well. Up 27%, being a big cap at number 6. Man, they're going to flip BNB soon. They will be flipping BNB soon. They will be right next to Solana, and both of them will be right next to Ethereum soon. Ethereum did do very well, though. Overall, Ethereum did catch some momentum, but still, Ethereum is still trailing Bitcoin. Whenever something's not outperforming Bitcoin, that's not good. Outside of that, you know what? Yesterday was quite good. Hey, I'm glad to see Avalanche also make some moves. I told you guys, I'm a big fan of Avalanche, and I gave you guys a heads up a few days ago. Didn't I tell you guys Avalanche was going to start moving because they did something, and I'm glad to see it's starting to move. But outside of that, you know, there's other things going on in the space, a lot of great things. So now you're sort of random projects move, and there's still great opportunities. Even though Bitcoin is so high, I still believe in it. I still think there are gains to be had, but it's just so expensive. And it makes me sad to think that pretty soon it's going to become more expensive. But there's still plenty of opportunities left in the crypto market. That's for sure. All right. MicroStrategy is still recovering, barely 2.7%. Still a gift. Bitcoin still a gift. Crypto still a gift. Everything's still a gift. Yeah, XRP still skyrocketing up. They hit 150 earlier today. They're starting to come back up again. Cardano hit 93, coming up again. Solana hit as high as 265. They're holding at 254 right now. Avalanche, they're almost 40 coming up. I mean, yeah, I mean, all these are doing well. And Stellar is following the footsteps of XRP. I don't know why. People just associate Stellar moves in the same direction as XRP. And Bitcoin, we were at 99.5. We'll get back up there. All right. Let's do some Q&A. Got 8,000 people in here. Make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. All right, let's see here. I missed a few super chats, but Alabaster at the very beginning, a $100 super chat. Shout out to him. Dimitri, when you think MicroStrategy will get back to 450, it does not matter, man. Okay, what matters is how much of it you can buy. Okay. Because it will get up there. Any dip is a gift. It's like asking, when do you think Bitcoin can get to 100,000? It does not matter. It will get up there. What matters is how much of it can you buy before it gets back up there. So that's what you should be asking yourself. SCR, shorts will be exhausted by the Santa rally. They will. I don't know why anyone wants to pile up the shorts right now. Like, you know, all these guys that are like piling it up right here, you know, I have no idea why they want to do that. Or maybe they're desperate. They're doing it because they want to protect their positions up there, so they're trying to make it harder. That's the only logical explanation. Tanya, 5x for Sol, Pepe, 10x for Avalanche, possible? Yep. Definitely possible. Definitely possible. But fair. For what reason are you neutral on vet? Because they're only concentrating on going green right now. Their new initiative is called Better. It's about like saving the earth. And they came out with all these apps that try to get people to go pick up garbage. That's not something that interests me. And I think they need to concentrate more on like AI or gaming or DeFi, things that could jumpstart, their chain. But they're not doing those things right now. Coinbase underperforming, yes. I don't know why. Coinbase has been really underperforming. They've been like just dumping right now while Microstrategy has been going up. But Microstrategy had a big dump yesterday. Big gift in my opinion. I mean, look at this wild ride. Look at this wild ride from 114 all the way to like up here. So that dump yesterday, big gift, huge gift. So that's why someone's asking, well, what is, MicroStrategy go get back to 450? That's the wrong question to ask. The right question to ask is, how much can I buy before it gets to that point? It's the same deal with Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin going to 100,000? That's irrelevant. Because it's going to happen. The right question is, how much money can I accumulate and how much sats can I buy before that happens? The same thing with MicroStrategy. What's your thought about Zen? I don't know anything about the project. What's your price prediction for CRO at peak? Crypto.com. I don't really have one. I like the platform. They are a partner of mine. I like the cards. But I don't know much about the chain. I don't know the Chronos chain and all the stuff that's running on top. In fact, I have not been following it. I don't know anything about it. So I can't really talk about the CRO coin. What can XRP get up to by the end of 2025? Hey, they topped out at $4. They topped out at $4 in 2018. Can they get back up there? Sure. Califire, thank you. JD, is it smart to take profits from coins that pumped and move those profits into coins that haven't pumped? Sometimes you just stick with the winners. That's, sometimes taking the winners and putting them into the losers does not mean that that's a smart move. Because sometimes the winners keep on winning. Thoughts on Turbo? It's a fine meme coin. I don't know. FMAS, I have no idea what you're talking about. Our Prime is super good. I don't know what you're talking about. Peanut has a market of 1.2, but 1.5 billion volume. Is this bullish or bearish sign? Neither. A lot of memes have a lot of volume, and they still dump. Volume can mean that people are just dumping. That doesn't mean it's a good or bad sign. Zeta Chain. I don't know too much about Zeta Chain, Danny. I think I've heard of Zeta Chain. It sounds familiar. Came out earlier this year. First universal blockchain with native access to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and more. I don't actually know what that means. Google Cloud is now on Zeta Chain. Universal EVM built with cross-chain connectivity. So they're trying to connect to, like, they have built in something so that they could connect to all these other chains. I don't know. I guess I could do good because it's on Coinbase, I guess. I guess that's the only thing that I really like about it, because it's on Coinbase, so it could have the pump effect. But outside of that, you know, it's like, it's a chain and a sea of chains. So can it do well? Sure. But I don't know. There are so many chains out there. Eventually, can it pop because we're in a bull market? I guess. I guess here's the thing you could do, but it's probably less relevant now than before. In 2021, Coinbase didn't have a lot of coin listings. So what some people did was just look at all the coins listed on Coinbase and then just bought the smallest market cap coins and waited. And then at the end of the bull run, every single one on Coinbase pumped because all the retail investors just started randomly buying coins and all of them pumped. It could still work this cycle, but now Coinbase probably has 10 times the amount of coins that they had in 2021. So will that strategy still work? I don't know. Maybe it still will during 2025, during the end of the bull run. Maybe everyone still does it and everything still pumps, but maybe it won't anymore because there's just so many coins now, right? So I don't know. But it does seem like recently all the chains, all the random chains that's been pumping, they were all on Coinbase. So there is a commonality there. Oh, look at that. Cardano's coming back, right back up to this morning's 93 cents. And XRP is coming right back to the 150. Solana, 256. Ethereum, not moving to the 234. AVAX coming back hard to 39. Ben, UMA, DeFi project. I don't hear much people. I don't hear much about it. I don't hear a lot of people talk about it either. I did talk about them earlier this year. Yeah, they haven't had any traction so far this year. DeFi, honestly, this year has had no traction whatsoever. Zero traction. I think we just have to wait. DeFi just has not been hot at all. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Superverse and Exelon Prime. Not familiar with it. The new whiff is on Sui. The name is SOG. Okay. Guns is Coinbase wallet now. Sure. Okay. Are you still bullish on Sui? Yes. Do you think Sui is better than Solana? No. I've never thought that. Cheers to Blue Label. Cheers, Danny. Thank you. Ethereum Classic's pumping better than Ethereum. That's sad. It's only because a lot of retail people think it's the same thing and it's cheaper. They look at a price. They're like, oh, there's something else called Ethereum and it's cheaper price. So let me go buy it. You know, that's the only reason. That's why I hate like copycats of Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin Cash recently pumped. Because the same reason, people are like, oh, it's a cheaper Bitcoin. It's not. Now Bitcoin's coming back up, 98.2. Pretty soon it's going to be back at 99. Pretty soon we're going to be chasing 100,000 again. Like I said, any dip is a gift. Really just think about it that way. Retrain your brains to now really think that way. I've said it earlier this year. People didn't really buy it when we were like dipping to 40s or 50s. Now you really got to think about that way. We're just way, way, way past the point now. We don't even see, like, hey, I don't think it's going to happen, but if it does, awesome. If we like did a 30% dip right now, we dropped to 60s, you know how hard I'll be buying? Like, I would be buying like a madman. Like, I would love to see a 30% retrace to get back to the 60s. But I just don't think we're ever going to see that again. I really don't. I don't think we'll ever see 60s in our lifetime again. I would love to see that opportunity again. But I honestly don't think we'll ever see that. But now, like, we don't even see a 10% retrace. Can we even go back to the 80s? Can we even drop to like 85? You know, I don't even think so. Joseph, do you think ETFs will give an extra boost to BTC pump? Yes. Yes, they have and they will continue. Colonel, which do you suspect will be more bullish, AVAX or Link in 2025? AVAX for sure, 100%. 100%. Never say never. Black Swan can bring Bitcoin back to 43. I'm going to say never. It won't. That won't ever happen again. I'll say it right now. We'll never see 43K Bitcoin again. Unless World War III happens. You could do an inverse George, but unless World War III happens or apocalypse happens, aliens invade, you know, a catastrophe, absolutely, you know, a life-ending meteor hits, Bitcoin's not going to 43K. XRP rugs. Chris Larson and Brad Garlinghouse rugs. XRP. Webby, you know, I can't overplay that educational video too much. You know, it causes too much FOMO. Black Sun, I mean that's been, yes, I've noticed, but that's been like that forever. RS Go, a lot of people have been talking about dog for a long time. That's not a new thing. It's a rune. But I have not been following runes. They're not a new thing. They've been out for a while. So 730 million seems like they're close to their previous high. I don't know. I'm just not a, for Bitcoin, for me, it's just a store of value. I just see Bitcoin as store of value. I think all this like runes and ordinals and all that stuff is cool and all, but I think ultimately Bitcoin should just be a store of value. That's it. Yes, it's a 2 million market cap project, man. This can't be right. A 2 million market cap project, the FDV of 110 million. Do you know how bad that is? That is horrible. That means there's so much of the supply not released. That's horrible. Unless this is wrong. Hopefully that's wrong. This is on Cardano. Hopefully CoinMarketCap is reporting that wrong, because if it's really a 2 million market cap with an FDV of 112 million, that's horrible economics. Miguel, don't use someone else's super chat to ask your question. That's just wrong, man. Hedera still worth buying. Well, it had its crazy pump, and now it's just kind of like died down. I was watching it. It had this crazy pump, and since then, it's really died down. So it may stay here for a while. It kind of cooled off here until like 12 cents. Came up a little bit. It may be coming back, but if you look on like the daily chart, very, very, very overbought still. Weekly chart, it's still going up. It technically could, but like if you look at the 2021 high, it's still nowhere near that. It did break through the March high. Technically not. No, the March high is up here, 18 cents. Does the new Jaguar commercial make you want one? No. First of all, I didn't watch it. Second of all, I'd never get a Jaguar. Any future for Pith on Sol? Yeah, it's just, I mean, I've met one of the founders of Pith. The way he explained it, Pith's technology is superior to Chainlink. Chainlink keeps pushing the data. Pith is like an on-demand call, which is more efficient and cheaper. But and I think Pith, you know, I think they're doing very well. But Chainlink has more chains and dApps, and Chainlink now has moved to Solana too. So I think it's the market dominance of Chainlink is making it hard for Pith to grow, but Pith seems like they have better technology. Liquid is now 1.4 million market cap. Tap Tool shows 100 million. All right. See, that's why I'm hoping that was wrong. Let's check CoinGecko. Okay, yeah. So CMC was wrong because that would have been horrible. Okay. 100 million total supply, max supply. Chart for 1 year. Well, the chart max does not look good. It debuted in 2021 at what, $70? And then it came down and then went up to $50. And then, yeah. So, very, 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 very hyped when it debuted in 2021. So if you're asking me if it's going to get back up there, probably not. It needs to do a 70x from here to get back to where it was. I don't think it's going to do that. But it could be great. It could be a good DeFi project on Cardano, but yeah, that all right, what project are you guys talking about? What is the right symbol? Jesus Christ. Isn't this the project you're talking about? All right, I'm going to stop looking at it. You guys are just confusing the hell out of me. So CoinGecko doesn't have it. CoinMarketCap has it wrong. Tap Tools doesn't have it. Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, this is not better. This is even worse than the chart that I looked at prior. It was at $120 when it debuted, and now it's at $5. So, I mean, it's just as bad as the other chart I showed. Yeah. It has to go up 20x to get back to its previous high. Tom C, have you tried indicator true all-time high with labels by Grox? No. No, I have tried that. Well, I mean they have that in CMC already. I just don't use it. They have the all-time high one, right? Or does it calculate like with inflation and stuff built in? Do you mind checking Swell Network? This is not ETH. Restaking yield layer. Stake, earn, yield. Okay. DeFi project. Security and risk management. Lending, security and risk management firms. So I don't know. Are they so they're just a staking company, a staking project? Or are they like a restaking? So they like basically they restake for you, something like that. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Not something that impresses me because I don't even get what it does. All right. I think on that note, Bitcoin's coming up. 98.4, almost back to 99 again. All right, today's Friday, so that means I'm not going to be streaming tonight unless we're going to try to break 100,000 once again, which we may. If we're going to get really, really close, so like if tonight we're like at 99.4 or 5 or something, I may do another stream, but otherwise, yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. Have a good one, guys. Stay strong, stay focused. Remember, any dip from here on out is a gift. So take advantage if you can. Stay tuned for another crypto cruise tomorrow. Then Sunday walk, which is becoming very popular. I'm going to start doing something different with Sunday walks. I'm going to start sharing more insight into what I'm going to start, what I'm trading, what I'm buying, what I'm focused on more. And I did that last week and it was very popular. So I'm going to start doing more of that now. As long as I can, because it's starting to get really cold. I don't know how much more I could do with Sunday walks before it gets too cold. And then I'll see you guys on Monday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.